Hi, I'm Jenny. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the Oracle deck I think is best for beginners and the easiest to use. I'm hoping this will be a series for you where I can review different decks, give you what I think is the best use for them, give you some strengths and weaknesses. I'm never going to talk poorly about a deck because that's someone's own idea and an artist worked hard on that, and so even if I personally don't like it, it doesn't mean you won't like it. And so we all have our different opinions, and what I want to give you is a basic overview of the deck. I'll give you a reading at the end and just talk about who I think this deck is for and some basic strengths and weaknesses. So we're starting with Kyle Gray's very first deck, which is called Angel Prayers. The artist is Jason McCready. It's from Hay House, and it goes with Kyle's Angel Prayers book, which I highly recommend if you're interested in angels. The deck it's a 44 card deck. It has all of the archangels, and some maybe you haven't heard of, like Orion, Hanael, Raziel, Raguel, Shamuel, Ariel, Jeremiah, Azrael, my personal favorite, Uriel, Sandalphon, another favorite of all light workers, Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. So one thing I will say about this deck is it's extremely slippery to the touch, which makes it really good for readings. It just doesn't, none of the cards stick, and it gives you that really nice slide effect when you're giving somebody a reading. And so the texture and the feel is really nice. I will say that I personally don't connect to the artwork. I think it's a little too, I don't want to use the word juvenile, but I don't know what else to say. I think it's a little too digital for me. That's just a personal thing. Like I said, I'm not going to talk badly about someone else's art, but I just feel, I don't know, I just feel not really a connection to the artwork itself. I actually personally don't use this deck on a regular basis. I pull the archangels out and use them with Keepers of the Light, but I'll talk about that another time. So right off the bat, I personally like the way they feel. I don't think the artwork is something I connect with, but you might connect with it. And I want to say that this deck is wonderful for kids. So I gave this deck to my daughter for her 10th birthday. It's very positive. Like most Oracle decks, you don't get, any kind of death messages like you would in tarot, but we all know if you read tarot, death doesn't mean death. But just saying, it's really good for kids. It's very positive, it's very uplifting, and I think it's the most intuitive deck. It's so easy. I hardly ever use the book. I just don't, because the messages to me are so clear. Balance. Thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. Right? If you pull a card a day, you would know what you need to do today. You're seeking balance. Take time to breathe. Healthy choices. Right? It's just really a very positive deck. It's really great for someone who is brand new to oracles, because I think angels are kind of the gateway into spirituality, right? Angels are safe and they're benevolent and they're positive, and so it's a really great deck for someone who's maybe like a little freaked out by the idea of oracle decks, but also at the same time really attracted to it. And like I said, I think it's really good for kids. My daughter's 10. Some of the words are a little big. She is an advanced reader, so I would say it's a really good deck for a teenager if you're looking to get a teen in your life, like a positive influence. Tarot can sometimes be hard to read. The old folklore around tarot was nobody under 18 was supposed to use tarot because of the messages could be misconstrued. But with oracle decks, there's really nothing like that. And like I said, this deck is just so positive and really just is going to make you feel good. You're going to pull a card a day. There's never going to be a negative message. The archangel cards are really great if you're wanting to connect with archangels and start to understand the archangels. And then like his book, Angel Prayers, kind of goes a little bit deeper. There's short chapters on each of the angels, and prayers to say, but each one of these has a prayer. So, for instance, Archangel Jeremiah. Thank you, Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. And then if you pulled that card, you can add to, what you need to forgive, and, asking your angels and guides for help forgiving somebody or forgiving yourself, right? And so overall, I would say, I think this is the best deck for a beginner of any age level, because book is really easy to understand. The messages are positive. The messages are easy. I don't even really think you need the book. The pictures, they're not overly complicated. You're not getting into sacred geometry very much, or some of those kinds of higher or more complicated spirituality. Not that any spirituality is lower. I just mean sacred geometry sometimes seems intimidating to people. It's, really basic kind of, it's definitely like a Mother Mary vibe here. And, this one I think is really pretty. But it's easy, and they feel good in your hands. And if you wanted to connect with the archangels, you could pull those cards out and just work with those cards. I think there's a lot of versatility here. It's usually not very expensive. And like I said, it feels really good. So I'm going to give you a reading. And the way I think these work is whenever you're tuning in watching this video, this reading is for you. So, we may think it's really nice, obviously, to get a one-on-one personal reading, but sometimes we will watch another person's reading. Like I was part of Angel Team with Kyle Gray and studied for a year, and on our live calls, he would pick somebody to read for, and sometimes the reading applies to you too, because there's a reason why you're there witnessing the reading. So I will be back in a moment with a reading for you. For this reading, I'm going to use his Strength Heart Challenge spread. I think that's a wonderful spread. It's a basic spread. If you're looking at, your weekend ahead, I actually do a Strength Heart Challenge reading every Sunday for myself. Or if you're reading for somebody else, it's a good way to just kind of get to know them, break the ice kind of a reading. And so that's what we're going to do today. So I personally don't shuffle cards like this. I do that only with tarot because I'm wanting to mix them up and want some upside down. But I also just think it's a little, Vegas-y, I guess is the word. So you do whatever feels good to you. I always shuffle until I feel really satisfied, and sometimes you can even cut the cards. And I say, thank you, angels, for showing us what we need to know today. And then I slide. And I always pick with my left hand. That's just tradition, but you do whatever feels right to you. Oh, we got this one. This one came too. Okay. Strength, the inner voice. Heart, inner power. Challenge, synchronicity. And we got take time to breathe as an extra card. So the inner voice, thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. So you are someone who definitely is listening to your inner voice. You're following your intuition. Maybe your intuition led you here to this reading, but this is a strength for you. You're really guided by your intuition. You're accepting it. You're not one of those people that's just ignoring it. You might have done that in the past, but you're not doing that anymore. Your heart is what's unfolding in your heart at this time. Inner powered, the Divine Father, so Divine Masculine. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. You're in a place where you're looking to make some changes, create for yourself, and you're finally in a place of power where you have accepted your own power, accepted your own abilities, accepted your own strength in manifesting in your life. You're no longer feeling like just a passenger in your life. You're ready to get in that passenger seat, ready to get in that driver's seat with the Creator, with God, whomever you believe in, and co-create, right? You're really going to go into your inner power. And the challenge, synchronicity. You have the yin and the yang, but they're angels. Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. So even though you are acknowledging your intuition, you're starting to feel your own inner power and stepping into it, you're still having trouble believing in these things. So you are wanting to really all the time believe that you're seeing signs, believe that you're receiving guidance, believe that you're receiving intuition, believe in your own power, but at times you're finding it really difficult. And sometimes you're just like, it's just coincidence. And so the angels are guiding you to not do that, to actually look for the signs and acknowledge them as signs. And then our bonus card, take time to breathe. Thank you, angels. I breathe with ease knowing you're here. This goes with this, right? Following that intuition, stepping into your power, knowing that the signs are not coincidence, and then taking the time to breathe because you know that they're watching out for you. They're with you. You're being guided. God is with you. God is looking out for you. The angels are with you. You're not on your own. Listen to those voices, those inner voices, the intuition, the gut feeling you're having. Allow yourself to step into your spiritual power. Look for the signs and know that you're being taken care of. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe this video and share it with someone you love.